because if he lands it, Andrew Mertens will become the highest point scorer in the history of New Zealand Test rugby. He's scored 4 so far today. Grant Fox is the record holder.
It's a difficult kick.
Looks like it's away to the left. We'll have to wait a wee while. And Latham to force, and the restart will come from the 22.
Well, we noticed earlier in the day when the kickers were out there practicing their kicks, the wind is swirling a bit here inside the stadium. Of course, the architect tells us 65% of the wind is deflected off the roof. Whether that's a reality or not, I'm not sure.
Mertens hands off to Umaga. Cullen, support from Kronfeld. Umaga, great hands. Oliver to carry on. Snapped up by Maxwell. And they've said it again.
Oh, a pass off his knees.
Here's Tribb. Tribb with good acceleration. And knocked down firstly by the Wallabies, it would seem. Yes, it is.
Well, Ron Cribb having the power to break through, but I like the way the All Black players, all of them, are half breaking a tackle and getting the pass away in the tackle, which in effect creates a break. But have a little look at this. Christian Cullen showing the ball, going through, then giving the pass very quickly. Kronfeld, Umaga, Oliver, well, wasn't he calm and collected? Oliver assessing the situation with the ball in hand, setting it up, and then the pass, unfortunately, not finishing it cleanly, a little bit loose.
Well, we're going to be looking at defence this afternoon, and this is a try that Australia scored. You just saw there, Marshall was the man who really should have got across. He didn't get across, and Mertens wasn't the man initially we thought. Marshall and Kronfeld need to look after that inside line.
A lot of clean breaks from both teams so far in this match. Richard Harry in a bit of trouble. '36th Test match this afternoon for Richard Harry, and his last against the All Blacks. He's retiring.
Bernie's corner. Bernie, you've been relegated, old chap. My old friend is now Jonah's corner, and rightfully so. New breed, new stadium.
Eremia nudges through. Here comes Jonah. And in the end, it's Latham who runs it out.
Latham getting away with it.
Just take a break. Just open, just open. Just take a break.
Now, touch judge Rob Dixon of Scotland has come in to say something.
I don't know by which number, though. Penalty here, just where the ball landed.
15 in, is it?
15 in, penalty to the Blacks.
To the Blacks, okay. There's a black player taken out without the ball, putting man without the ball penalty.
So let's see if we can pick it up. The little kick from Ramir was a good one, end over end. And maybe it was Ramir taken out. We couldn't quite see, but it looked like he was taken out. So rather similar penalty previously to the Australians at the other end of the track.
So Andrew Mertens, a much more advantageous position, this one. Grant Fox, 645 test points in 46 test matches. Andrew Mertens now with the opportunity to go past that mark.
So Smithy, is there a bit of wind down there? He definitely pulled that a bit, though.
Yeah, I think it's giving both of them real problems. We saw Mortlock's first effort too was way to the left, and on that occasion it just looked to me as if he snatched at the ball a wee bit. Maybe anxious about the record, maybe anxious about the conditions. It's not easy though, Murray.
They go short. Larkham, clever play. Dragged down by Kronfeld, carried on by David Wilson. Williams driven back in the tackle. Play on. They said the referee and the All Blacks have turned this.
Well, crucial turnovers, aren't they?
Randall brings it away as the sun comes through. Off to Mertens. Again, they go with a little kick. Here's a chance for Jason Little.
And who was that but Todd Blackadder to pull off the covering tackle?
Now Gregan, wide for Joe Roth. The game was soaring up and down the park. Gregan again for Larkin. Back again for Jason Little. Gregan on the in-pass. Roth, 22-metre line. Little once more, off to Kefu. And Fletcher Dyson can't hang on, so they play the advantage again.
So knock on definitely, looking for the advantage. It's a matter of how long this advantage law is played.
Mertens fires from the Maxwell pass. The referee sees no advantage there and brings them back for the scrum.
So in other words, he's come right back for the very first infringement. So New Zealand in a position here, as we see the replay, and the mistake, that was the initial mistake. Beautifully grabbed by our cameraman. But we've got a scrum situation with about 15 metres to the touchline, which means that the New Zealand team can work the touchline, the safety of the touchline. If there's a fault or mistake, it means it's a difficult kick at goal. Or they can throw caution to the wind and give it to that man on the open side. That's Alatini outside him, Uramir, Lomu. Well, I've got a handful to stop these guys when I've got the ball. So see Australia turning that scrum a little bit, probably aware of that big blind side. If you promote, of course, you lose head. Australia's loose head. That turns the scrum, makes it very hard for Cribb to detach. So really, if the scrum stays straight, I'd be looking for Cribb detaching and coming around.
Get back. No. Yes, play.
Marshall wants to go smartly. Off to Carl Hoft. Here's Case Muse. He's got a good turn of pace for a big man.
Yes, he did well, didn't he? Broke the tackle, but I don't think they'll be happy with him going into touch because, of course, that gives the line-out throw to Australia. But good to see Muse running onto the ball. He's saying, stop me if you can. Keeps the legs pumping. He now sights a touchline and thinks, I'm in trouble here. And he tried to release the ball so that he wasn't in touch. The main man in the line-out, John Eales.
Michael Foley looking for Eales deep. Not a good throw. A run for the All Blacks against the throw. Randall charges towards the 10-metre line. Mertens in pass to Muse.
It's good to see Muse again in support.
Coming again for Justin Marshall. On the inside to Maxwell. The Aussies claiming it was forward. Jonathan Kaplan said no, it wasn't. Again on the inside. Marshall hesitating slightly. Eramir straightens. Feeds Kronfeld, linking well. Lomu bounces out of a few of them. Now they go blindside again. Marshall.
Beautifully done by Marshall.
Eramir showed good hands too. Here they go. Alatini. Thrilling test.
Isn't it a pleasure to watch such dynamic play? Both backlines so dangerous with the ball, so creative. Marshall saw the pass was covered there and went on the inside and still kept the ball alive.
And that's why you can see it change for the Wallabies. He's got the ball in his hand. Jeremy Paul on in jersey 22 for Michael Foley.
Well, his mobility, I guess, has brought him on so early. It's probably sooner than one would have thought. Although, wow, look at the clock. I see 34 minutes. Time goes so quick when we have a test like this.
Big change by Rod McQueen. Normally makes it at half-time. Gregan across for Jason Little again. Gregan, that's a rare kick from George Gregan.
Well, it shows the pressure mounting, of course. Gregan happy to take the 30-odd metres. He's a great player. He's such a facilitator for this Australian side. Just keeping the play in motion. Perpetual motion.
Murray also maybe kicked because he backs his side to steal this one back.
You think so? That's a big call, Smithy. Let's have a look at this line out. Are you trying to put the heat on the New Zealand jumpers?
Just the ball.
Randall didn't have to do much jumping. 10-metre line, Wallabies territory. Kronfeld.
Oh, accidentally offside. That's in effect. He was correct, actually. Kaplan was correct. You could just see it, although I think it was a bit tough. Okay, so there's a lot of decoys here, and Randall knew he was going to get the ball unopposed, so he didn't jump. Obviously, if you jump in the air, then there's more time wasted. He wanted to catch the ball and move over the advantage line as soon as possible. And that's intercepted. Equally decisive on the penalty. The penalty I thought was tough to start with, and that was an equally tough penalty on the Australians, so I guess it's even Stevens.
All Blacks organising themselves. Great attacking position here. Centre field. Marshall for Carl Hoft. Now Mertens. Kronfeld, who's had a lot of the ball to play with in this game. Mertens shovels onto Alatini. Lovely step, as he's so capable of doing. Mertens
going for the crash. That's unusual.
Marshall straight up the middle.
What's the turnover? So the turnover came from a hand on the deck, and that was picked up by the touch judge. Is that Ed Morrison down there?
Yes.
Yeah. The best way of destroying a game of rugby, make Ed Morrison the referee. I thought that was a desperate performance last week. South Africa versus Australia. He controlled the game. He was the #1 man on the field. What a tragedy.
So let's set it up again for Andrew Mertens. He's had a couple of opportunities. Chance once more to become the highest test point scorer in New Zealand history. And that is the record breaker for Andrew Mehrtens.
Well, he's a magnificent footballer, Andrew Mehrtens. Absolutely superb, I think, his contribution. Look at the concentration on his face.
Yes, a fabulous goal kick, Andrew Mehrtens. And you're quite right, Murray. Look at the rhythm there. Very smooth, good follow-through and a great result.
So it didn't go 10, but Kronfeld played it anyway, so play carries on. All Blacks are happy to take the possession, but now they've got to get it down onto the ground. It's been ripped away, so there was no advantage for the All Blacks at all. Kefu off to Wilson. Advantage is over. Referee was playing it, and there's going to be another penalty.
Last line, doesn't matter, ruck's formed.
Well, that's a twist of fate. Well, the unflappable
Get
Todd
back, please. Nothing happening there. Just keep your nose out of it.
conceded 10 metres.
You can't come in from that side. It's just a tackle situation. Please go.
Well, it all started, didn't it, from the kickoff that didn't go 10 metres by Australia. Kronfeld made the decision, and at the time it was wise to play the ball. He's saying that is a ruck. So you cut, that means if it's a ruck, the New Zealand player came in from in front of the last man's foot in the ruck. So that's what the penalty was for.
Chance now for Stirling Mortlock to put the Wallabies back in front as we close in on half-time. One-point lead for the Wallabies. Mortlock kicks his second penalty, 18-17.
Well,